Alright, so today I've got a Town Hall 14 trophy base that's honestly unique and does well on defense. It's been performing like magic, and I'll give you a quick breakdown of how the base works, then we'll dive into some defensive replays against popular meta armies. Now starting with the base analysis. This layout is built as an anti-2-star design. The Town Hall is completely isolated, surrounded by dead space with no buildings around it. That makes it super hard to reach unless the attacker uses a blimp. There's just no direct access otherwise. Next up is the triple single target Inferno setup. And I'll say it. These Infernos are the MPV of this base. They're deadly against heroes, dragons. Then, there's the air defense layout, tucked well into the core, so the funneling queen or king can't easily reach them. That's a big deal because it means air troops, especially dragons, take heavy fire once they're deep into the base. Even though it looks like there's not much damage in the core, once dragons hit that zone, they're getting hit from all sides. Air defenses, the queen, and the minion prince. And don't forget, the outer areas are fully covered with scatter shots, archers' towers, and those infernos. So it's not like attackers can coast through the edges either. That's it for the base analysis. Let's move on to some replays. In the first hit, we have RC Walk Dragons. Now I gotta say, getting solid defenses in multiplayer took forever, and most of what I found were random, low-effort armies. So I thought, why not just test it out with some FCs instead? These aren't from pro attackers, but honestly, neither are most of the hits you'll face while pushing trophies. So if this base can handle average attackers, it's doing its job. The RC starts things off pretty strong. She clears up almost 3 compartments, so it looks like a good start. But here's the catch. There are still 3 air defenses standing, and all 3 single-target Infernos are still up. So when the dragons are sent in from the 730 side, with the king and queen helping funnel, they do okay at first. The dragon entry is too wide really, and the dragons funnel for themselves. Without spells, they really do take too much time to push through the base. Eventually some path to the town hall, but then the queen pulls them into the Giga Poison, and they get wiped out fast. Also, did you see the king getting absolutely melted by a single Inferno? That's exactly why I prefer single target Infernos in this meta. They handle heroes like nothing. If these had been multis, that king might have survived and done more work. Even so, it came pretty close, but that final single Inferno clutched the defense. Next up, we've got a Queen Charge Hybrid. I know this isn't the top tier meta anymore, but for lower town halls it still shows up, and it's simple and strong, so it's worth looking at. The Queen's walk here is neat and solid, and without much defenses, she doesn't need a rage spell at all. Just when she steps a little bit inside, one rage spell kept her alive while she did her thing. I would wait for the queen to clear some more buildings, but then comes the hybrid anyway. The entry was wide, which usually isn't ideal, but because we're using singles, it's not too punishing. But still, the miners take too much time to clear the first few compartments. Now here's where things got interesting. The clan castle pulled all the miners into the middle, while the hog riders and RC stayed on the outside. That split was bad news, but not for us. The minion prince and town hall teamed up to eliminate the miners, while the RC was chilling on the outside. But she managed to get to the town hall and clear it somehow. The back end was just too much that she couldn't do anything, especially with the single target Inferno. And I'll say it, Warden isn't that great on defense here. The Barbarian King would have been much better. Now, let's get into something more meta. Super Archer Blimp Hydra Spam. The blimp hits a tornado early, but thanks to the black mines ahead, it will pop the blimp anyway. I know the attacker fell for the trap, but don't you agree? This is the best spot for the Super Archers. The Super Archers do not get to the desired spot, but still manage to take out 2 Inferno compartments and the clan castle. Well, they just missed the town hall, but got the rest of the value. After that, it's the usual. The king and queen funnel one side, while the dragons are spammed in the center. At first, it looks like a solid path to the town hall, but the king and queen only clear trash buildings. They don't really set a true funnel, because the trash layer is just one level of buildings, and they won't really set a clean funnel unless they are sent inside a compartment. So the RC comes in to help, trying to force the dragons into the core. But here's where it goes wrong. One by one, the dragons get knocked into the Giga Poison. I wonder how they end up in the Giga Poison despite the dead zone after all. Plus, with heroes in every corners of the base, the back-end DSP is more than expected. They just chew through whatever's left. After that, it's a timer game, and the queen doesn't survive it. Alright, one last hit, and yeah, it's Electro Dragons. Now I know some people will say they're not meta, but let's be honest. OG Clashers know these things still slap if used right. And if you disagree, maybe just run more E-Drags till you know the true power of this army. Here, the attacker brings a Stone Slammer instead of a Blimp. And when you think it's a bad call, it's actually not. Well, you might consider if I explain. Slammer's tankier and soaks shots from singles and air defenses. If this was before the Warden rework, maybe a Blimp would have worked better, but for now, this makes sense. And the Slammer even deals damage up some defenses on its way down. The E-Drags split up awkwardly due to the core dead zone. But despite the dead zone setup, the dragons still find a way to the town hall. It might have been luck or just good pathing. Either way, they make it. Still, I guess I have to rethink what I said before. Maybe E-Drags aren't meta anymore? Or maybe they only work in the right hands. If you're still tripling bases with Electro Dragons, let me know in the comments. But I believe this one will give you a tough time due to the core air defenses and triple single Infernos. I'll drop the base link in the description, so try it out and tell me how it works for you. I'll be back soon with another trophy base.